All right, here we are. Bam, bam, and bam. This. Hello, people of the future. Hello, people of the present if you're watching this live, and people of the future if you're watching a recording. Today is Sunday, June 14th, and tomorrow it's Monday, so that means I should upload a new Let's Make a Trading Card Game video on YouTube. And I wanted to show that I had finished all of the cards in this spreadsheet for the base set. But it turns out I still have a lot to do, so today I'm going to fill in all of the blanks and hope that I have enough cards so that I can test and make a draft. I never ended up drafting the set last time, and this time it's time to draft. Okay, so let's just jump into it because I don't have the time. First, let's go by color and let's go with the red and the commons, and let's see if I have anything good here. Blacksmith. Okay, do I have a? No, that's not red. Auto fire ship. Okay. Fast warship. This is fine. Okay, a light warship. Okay, I want it to be a 2-3-3, right? For R1. And no effects, right? So for now there are two ships that don't have any effects. That doesn't. Okay, let's add this. I'm thinking one. There can be one creature and structure for each color that has no effects. No more. So let's give him an ability. Pierce through shields. I'm not giving them. I'm not thinking about how to word the mechanics. I'm just writing down what the card should do, and this card pierces through shields, so it deals damage even though other ships have shields. Okay, so I'm thinking red can have a few less creatures than the other colors. It's not that creature based, so maybe we can put a structure here. And buildings is not really red's thing, so let's get this building out of the way. A turret is more of a common structure, I think. Red turret, range 1, let's make it cost 2. And let's give it range 1. No, actually, I want to make this card a little bit red, so let's make it like this. For 1 red, card name gets range 1. Okay, so for 2 resources, 3-2, and it's above the curve, right? And that's above the curve, so let's make it a 2-1, a 2-2. Wait, 2-2 with this ability should be fine. Okay, and let's go back to red. No more extra talking. Let's just make cards. Another ship here. So this is not a ship; it's a machine and a portable tank. This seems like something that it won't happen as often. So let's move it to uncommon. Something that won't be used that often because it needs, as I've said last time, a creature and a ship in order to operate. So let's move it to uncommon, maybe even rare. I'll start with the commons, and then I'll do the rares, and then fill in the uncommons so that everything works together. The rare cards should be more splashy and more interesting, more fancy, let's say, and have bigger effects, they have to be bigger in general. Okay, so we have how many creatures in red? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 creatures, 7 structures, hopefully all ships, and 4 actions, maybe even 3 actions. Let's see if red needs 4 actions. Red, as I'm thinking right now, really, no, it does stuff by commanding, so maybe some sort of command. Let's say, let's go back to this one here. Let's see what actions we have. We've got intimidate, any object, can't defend this turn. That seems like a red thing. Okay, let's just take this and put it here. Why did I do it the wrong way? Intimidate action. And how much did it cost? It cost 1 red. As I remember, this card wasn't that bad. Okay, nice. So we've got a card that deals damage and one that kind of helps you attack through through the defenses of your opponent. Let me do a little. Okay, let me do this. Now, let's see. We've got a thing that explodes, that destroys buildings. That's not what I'm looking for right now. Charge shot. Ship you control is +2 power. No. Okay. Are these all the actions? Let's go to uncommons. See if there are any actions. Call the artillery. Deals damage to all structures on a planet. Oh, plus speed. Okay, I can do this. No other color should have, as I recall, a bonus in speed. So let's make it any ship gets +1 speed until end of turn. And this again makes it seem like it costs 1 red. So maybe let's call it speed burst. As you see right now, I've got all actions that cost 1 red. Maybe I have to change some of this, but they look like really small effects, so maybe that's not so bad. And maybe another action, maybe not. Okay, what ships do we have? We've got this scout with it, which is the cheapest ship and the fastest. So that's why red has it. A light warship pierces through shields. And the one-man fighter. Okay, what other ships? Okay, maybe a card that helps you, a ship that helps you if you're doing the boarding strategy. Although red doesn't really do boarding strategies, maybe it can be. Okay, let's go back. Now, this time I've even opened a really early draft of the base set where I still had 6 colors, so this is like 8 months old. And let's see. Okay, here's red. Let's go to ships. Wow, I've got drones and mechs. Where are my ships? I don't have any ships. What? This is incredibly weird. Why don't I have? Oh, let's see. This is the speed. So let's go with things that have speed. Red. This is a castle that has what? Something doesn't look right. Okay, sure. This is really old. Maybe I shouldn't have brought this. Yeah, maybe this is not worth putting up. Anyway, red. Okay, ships. Let's go to ships. Fighter jet can't defend. That's okay. That's a red thing. I think I already have a card that can defend. Light boarding ship. Okay, this is an orange thing. Can attack without a creature inside it. How can this help anyone? One fighter. Okay, any object can defend this turn. So range, shiny building. Something's wrong with this. I've put up. Okay, yeah, now I can see. Connor! Hey, Connor! I didn't know you had shirts made. I'd wear the beep out of that. This is the very first shirt that it's just a, what's it called? Pre thing. What's it called? When it's the first of a series. Um, it's a special word. I can't think of it. Prototype. It's a prototype. I made this 2 days ago. It's cool, right? It's pretty cool. I made the logo and everything. And right now, Connor, I don't have much time. I need to fill out this entire sheet of cards. Let me get you up to speed on what I'm doing. Okay, I've got the name of the card here, types and subtypes, abilities, the cost, speed, power, health, all of the stats, rarity, and this really doesn't matter. The reason, so I've done 2 live streams this week, and all in all, it's been like 5 hours, and I've done not that many cards. I need to finish this set so that I can test it next week. And this is what I'm doing. And I'm doing this live so that people can bounce off ideas of each other, and then we can come up with stuff faster. Okay, so R is red, Z is colorless. So if you see RZ, the cost is 2. I need some more creatures for red now. All right, and ships. Okay. So what do we have right now? We've got a fast scout ship, which is very weak and fast and cheap. We've got a light warship. We've got a thing that can only have 1 creature at the same time on it. So I'm thinking, I think red should have 1 ranged unit at common. Like a faster ship that isn't that powerful. Maybe a 1/3. It costs. I'm thinking this can even cost 4. 2/3 cost 4. I've got my thing here. You'll be listening. Okay, nice. I've got this notebook here with all of the information that I need in order to make the cards. All the secret. This is a secret document. It's my Bible of the Multiverse trading card game. Okay, ranged fast ship. So red is mostly about war and attacking quick. Let's go here. Let's see what kind of creatures we have at common. Soldier with no effects. Battle robot. Gunner. Sniper. Okay, so not much. Soldier. Okay, do we have a yeah, I've got a grunt here, which is the same thing. All right, we have that already. Battle robot. I think I have a battle robot already. So this doesn't help me at all. A sniper is not a red thing. Okay, oh, I'll have to figure out some more stuff. Okay, so I want a kamikaze. It's something that red tends to do, blow up their own creatures for glory, and anything to destroy and to advance your troops, and then destruction and chaos is a thing that red does. So make it a human for now. Sacrifice card name. Deal how much damage? So maybe 1 damage. Make it a small creature. This kind of tells me that I have already a card that does exactly the same thing. Let me see. I think it's purple. Violet, rather, Kamikaze Sheep, yeah. Sacrifice card name. So this one costs 2 and does the same thing. So this can cost 1 because in order for it to deal damage to your... So in order to move your creatures, you have to put them inside of ships. So this will be inside of a ship when it explodes, and it will damage your ship as well as everything else on the same planet. So I'm thinking this can be like a weak explodey guy. Although, I don't know, it's too similar of an effect. Let's make it 2 damage, make it a little costly, make it 2 red, and make it a 2/1. Not sure if this is too powerful. Let's see, 2/2, yeah, a little bit too powerful. Make it a 1/1. Okay, other red things that can be done. Red creatures, let me think. So, blacksmith that makes weapons. That's a thing that red and orange do. Let me see. Do I have I have a builder, a mechanic, miner. I don't have a blacksmith yet. Blacksmith. When you play... No. What does a blacksmith do? It makes weapons, right? He makes weapons, make it a human for the time being. And so let's say that structures that you play on the same space as this guy come into play with an extra power. Or maybe 2 extra power. Or because a gunner gives a ship an extra power. This one, it's really similar. Okay, I'll make the card and then I'll transfer it to orange because it looks like it's an orange thing. When you play a structure on the same space as card name, it enters play. No, it comes into play. Comes into play with the +1 power. Right? I think this is flavorful. Make it a tough dude, 3/2, and make it cost orange and 2. And this is a way of orange to buff their weak ships by using creatures. That's the way orange does it. Okay, more cards. We've got a ranged ship. Every ship so far is fast. In red, let's make a slower, bulkier ship, because since red attacks with ships anyways, maybe they might want once in a while a big, just menacing ship. Okay, so 6/6 for 6/6/1. It's for 4 resource. Let's make it 3 resource and give it a downside. The downside might be that card name can't defend. It's a small downside, so let's make it a 6/5. Let's make it like I don't know what to call it. Scout ship. Do I have space for another? Okay, I still have space for 2 more ships. I think I have a good idea of an ability. Let's say that when card name attacks, it gains, let's say, +2 power. Red is all about pumping out more and more power. So let's make it a 2, 3, 1. Well, these cards are really similar. Well, who cares? I just need to fill out the entire set anyway, so that really doesn't concern me as much now. Make it fire spouting. Fire spout ship. The idea is that it attacks with fire, and so I don't know why, but it gets a bonus when attacking. And this should cost, I think, 2, right? Oh no, that's powerful for 2. Make it cost 3, right? I think I need another card that costs 2, though. Right now we've got 1 ship that costs 1, 2 that costs 2, 2 that costs 3, and 1 that costs 4. Okay, this should cost 2, and it makes it so maybe it's a 1-3. 1-3, and it gets a boost. Maybe I'm gonna 1-2. It's weak, and it gets a pretty decent boost when it's attacking. Okay, and another last ship that maybe has to do with creatures, because as of right now, it doesn't. They don't really work synergistically with each other. And let's make a card that works with creatures. So the creatures that you put inside of red ships usually are officers that boost their stats in a mono red strategy. So let's make it so card name for each creature inside of it. What does it get? It gets another ability. What kind of ability does it get? No, I don't know actually. Let's keep it like this. I don't know right now. More creatures. Okay, more red creatures. Oh, it's getting hard. I don't have that much in my head right now for red creatures. These are really not uncommon. Cyborg, sniper, crane, pentagon, general drone. Like, Connor, do you have any ideas for red creatures? If you know what my 6 colors are about, then maybe you can help out right now. So we have a gunner, a battle droid, a grunt, a mindless drone, a robot, kind of like mindless droid. Let's make it kamikaze, and okay, so maybe a creature that fixes ships. No, that's orange. Maybe a creature that deals. Okay, what does red do? Let's open this emergency thing here. Direct damage, war machines, mechs, fast, cheap ships, military personnel, turrets, and factories. Factory worker. Really hard. It's really hard. So for each ship, every time you're attacked, you get 1 red resource every time. I don't know. Let's go on. I can't think of any more red creatures right now. Let's go to orange. I think I'll just go through all of the colors a few times until I have enough that I can start filling in the gaps with functional cards and not top-down designs. So I've got a soldier, which I think is the same thing as the grunt, right? It is exactly the same thing. Let's make it different. Let's make it a 2-3, just to make it different. We've got a miner, a builder, a mechanic, a blacksmith. So all things that help out. Okay. Okay, what do they do? Buildings you play on the same space as card name causes 1 colorless less to play. This one helps you play buildings. This one removes damage from structures. This one gets additional power on top of creature, on top of structures. Okay. And what other stuff? Let's see here again. Okay, there is no orange here, but I can go here and look at orange stuff. Small battleship, mine turret, burning barricades, creature, catapult. What? Machine gun unit, liquefy, brimstone. Wow, these cards are really old and have barely anything to do with what the game is about right now. Twitch is screwing up. Connor RT, could you have a little... What? Could you have like a walker, like in the third Matrix movie? It could either be manned or it could be AI or automated. I haven't seen the third Matrix movie. I've just seen the first one. What is that? What's a walker? Is that a ship of some sort? Let's go here. Maybe this will give me some ideas on orange. Buildings, mines, boarding. Okay, so boarding. Let's so big tough guys. So it can be a pirate. Make it like a 5-3, 5-4, 4 OZ. When card name deals damage to a creature. Oh no. Okay, let's make it this. When card name attacks a creature with power less than 5, that creature can't defend this turn. Maybe not 5. Make it 3. Like this means the pirate is intimidating, and you know it can. It's again too powerful. For 3, you get a 4/4, and you make it 4/3 with a nice ability, and make it a human for now because I don't care about the subtypes just now. And no, let's maybe not call it pirate, but like a brawler, something. Okay. Have to refresh every time I want to type. Oh, that's weird. You mentioned repairing ships. Something like this could be used to do that, maybe. Okay. Let me make this bigger so it's easier for me to read. Somehow I can't seem to make it bigger. Okay, so I'll have just to look intensely. Okay, I could either be have to refresh every time. Let's see this for bucket. Wait, that's the wrong thing. Hello? It was my problem. I don't know what happened. The mic had a malfunction. You should be able to hear me now perfectly fine. As soon as you switch to the internet, I can't hear your mic. It was my problem. It sometimes happens, and I'm fine. You can probably hear me fine right now. Am I right? And let's check. Okay, you're still here, Connor. Anyway, a factory worker that helps you fuel your hand with cards. It should be a good thing. That yeah, see, it's my problem. It just if you have any problems with the audio, it's probably on my end, something that doesn't work. When you play a ship on the same space as a card name, draw a card. Now this is not a common thing. This should be uncommon, I'm thinking. So it's a factory worker, maybe a 1/1. Make it cost 4, because this is a pretty powerful ability, especially for red. Or maybe not. Maybe you can make it pay. No, that's fine. That's totally fine. Make it uncommon. So already here we have a metal worker that ships you play on the same space. It costs 1 less to play, and this one helps you with ships. So already we can see that red has this strategy of winning with attacking with ships and making many ships. Also, I want to make a huge red card, make it rare, call it Mothership. Maybe not red, maybe it's more like a purple. Let's make it anyway. This turned out to be a really fun card. The last time I made the base set, and it said structures can go inside card name as though they're creatures. So it's a huge hub for ships, and it's a defense mechanism, sort of. No, it's definitely not a red thing, but I want to make it huge. So let's, yeah, I think it's violet or blue, blue, and make it cost 7, something like that. So for 7, you would get. For 7, why did I? Okay. Sometimes I have to check this. Sorry. For 7, you get a 16. 1, so 2, you get a like 2 speed, and like a 12. That should be pretty good. Or like a 10, 14, or 15. And make it blue. See, the rare cards are much more exciting than the commons, and you can make them more exciting by making them cost a lot more in terms of resource. And put it here. And they are usually your finishers and the things that turn around the game in your favor, the exciting big splashy cards. But the most important part of the base set are, of course, commons of any set, really. Let's add another 4th action. We've got burn, we've got an object can defend, +1 speed, and honestly, these are all very flavorful for red. Maybe one other thing that can be flavorful. I can't think of anything. Okay, let's go back to orange. So as of now, we've got sort of one creature that's good at attacking things inside of ships. You know what? Let's make this soldier bigger. maybe even bigger, like a 5, 4 for 3. So that it makes sense why you would attack with the creatures instead of the ships. All right, then let me see. Now we get into problems. Let's go here in orange. Let's see. Why are these cards not really organized? Robot, soldier. For some reason I've got the orange cards are robots. Let maybe go to red and see if there is something that looks better. Soldier, one man fire unit. Captain of the military. Rocket. Oh, how about a rocket? A rocket is definitely a red thing, and there's no space for any more structures here, so maybe let's make it uncommon. Structure rocket. And what does it do? It's kind of hard to make a rocket with the amount of mechanics that I have. Maybe the last action can be launch a rocket or something. And can say stuff like so there's a small delay and then it deals a lot of damage, right? This is what I'm thinking. No, actually you can do this. Okay, the cost can be red and X. X it can be any number, and the rocket can say deal maybe like 4 damage to any object in range X. So if you maybe that's too okay. So if you want to deal 4 damage to something that's on the planet you paid. So you pay the resource on a planet. If you want to destroy something that's on the same planet, you pay 2 red and nothing else, and you deal 4 damage to it. If you want to deal damage to something that's next to your planet, then you pay 3. If you want to deal damage to something that's 2 planets away or 2 spaces away, you pay 4. That's an interesting card. I like it. And I think since it's another damage, a card that deals damage, it shouldn't be on the same space as Blast. It should be rarer. Make it here. Uncommon for now. Still, I have this missing space for red. Okay, I don't have any ships for orange. Let's make an orange ship that's good to for boarding strategies. Okay. How to make a ship that's good for boarding strategies? You make it so that if a creature, when a creature leaves the ship, no. Oh, okay. You can make it so creatures can go inside and outside of. Oh, I know what. Let's make it creatures can. Okay, creatures inside card name can board ships in range 1. How about this? So it sort of has a transporter inside of it, and even if you're not on the same space as the other ship, you can transport creatures from one to the other, and you can board the ship. This is really interesting. It's a cool mechanic. So let's make it, since it has sort of pseudo range 1, let's make it slow and not really that powerful. So make it a 1/2/2 for 2. I'm guessing an orange and a colorless. That's pretty generous. Give it a 1/2, or maybe a 2/1. 2/1. Okay, this is okay. Nice. All right, another ship. I want to, since again orange is more in line with big buff creatures, maybe there can be a ship that attacks with the maybe it gets buffs for each creature inside of it. So let's say that this ship card name gets +1 health. Let's say +1 health for each creature inside of it. Nice. So it can start with 1 health and 3 power. So let's make this a 1/2. Make it this a 2/1, let's say, and this can be a slightly faster. I don't know, maybe not, and make it cost 3. So if it has 1 creature inside of it, it's a 2/2, 2/1, which is bad for 3 resource. If it has 2 creatures inside of it, then it's a 2/4, which is still not that great for 3. Still below the curve. Let's make it a 3/1 then. This works. And let's call it, I don't know, orange swarm attack ship. Let's take orange away from here. Nice. Soldier, miner, builder, mechanic, blacksmith, a brawler, and another creature that works well within ships. So maybe one that repairs ships. Do I have a card that repairs structures? No. Yes, I have. At the beginning of your turn, move 1 damage from a structure that card name is inside of. Let's make it like this. Nah. I want to make a guy that repairs ships. So let's what's it called? A carpenter? No. Let's call it a carpenter for the sake of this video. Again, human. I don't care about subtypes unless I care about subtypes. At the beginning of your turn, remove 1 damage from okay, if card name is inside of a ship, comma, remove 1 damage from that ship. So Connor, how's it going? If people here are watching and don't know who Connor ORT is, he is a musician, and I'm going hopefully to appear on his podcast, the Connor Cast, which is a new thing that he's doing. And what's up? Are you working on any tunes lately? What are you working on? Card name is okay. This can be a cheap card, and mechanic can be a little. Since it has a broader ability, it can be an uncommon. Although usually cards that have broader abilities are common because, again, if they have broader abilities, it just makes sense. I'm going to remove 2 damage from a structure. Oh, let me think. We've got 2 cards that do similar things. I don't like... So I like that the Carpenter does something inside of a ship, and this one doesn't. So to differentiate them more, let's first get rid of this. Mechanic can... oh, so a Carpenter, this guy fixes, and the Mechanic, where is the Mechanic? Here. It maybe gives a bonus. A structure on the same space as the card name gets +1 health and +1 power, right? Oh, no, let's make it like this. What are you doing? Oh, okay. Yep, you're in the next podcast guest. Yay! I'm working on soundtrack for 3 games and making my next solo game right now. Lots of work, lots of new music on the site. I really should check your music on the site then. I'm just checking the stuff you put up on YouTube. Watching, listening to this is my break. Haha. Okay. Well, this is my work. This is kind of what I do for work right now. And sometimes it gets hard to create these cards because sometimes you can, the more cards you make, the more similar they tend to be if they have similar effects or roles. And I'm trying to differentiate this Carpenter and the Mechanic. We're going to return plus on health or +1 power. Let's make this then a structure because usually, as I've said, common cards should have more broad abilities, and Mechanic can do the same thing but for ships. A ship on the same space as card name gets +1 health or +1 power. Mechanic, no. Let's remove 2 damage then. These cards will be a little similar, but since there are a lot of cards, maybe 2 can be a little similar. Plus, 1 is common and 1 is uncommon, and I'll make sure that there aren't any healing abilities in orange, so these will be the only 2 things that sort of heal and prevent damage, remove damage. Remove 2 damage from that ship. I don't know, I just want to make them different somehow, so maybe something like this. Okay, I'm wasting time. It's awesome work, but keep it up. I'm pretty excited for the first release. I will play it with my friends. Yeah, don't get too excited because it won't be released for a while now. Maybe you'll get to play it in advance. I already gave out some decks last time when I did the last iteration of the base set. I don't remember. Did I give one to you or not? I guess I didn't. I'm sorry. I won't forget this time. And you can test it by yourself or with your friends, preferably with somebody else. And so maybe you'll get, you know, there's a good chance you'll get to play with it sooner than later. Okay. I want to make a card that gives resource. Oh, this already gives resource. Fine. Nice, nice. How about an orange card that digs up stuff from the junkyard and gets it into your hand? Okay. Put a card structure from your junkyard into your hand. So it's sort of a recycling thing. And I'm not sure if it's an orange ability or a yellow or a purple. Maybe yellow. Let's see if I have enough things to put in yellow, then I'll keep this in orange. And this, I'm thinking, since it gives you essentially a good card, it costs maybe orange and 2, and is a 1/1 or a 2/1, 1/2. Okay, OZZ. And I don't know, let's make it a human again and call it a scrapper. So it kind of gives you more resource. No, you did give me the early version, but my friends haven't moved back to town yet, so I haven't had any opportunity to try them. And don't worry if it will be a while. I know how long it takes to make my own stuff, but it's worth the wait. Yeah, well, okay, first of all, I have to say that if this was my only job, then it would be probably finished in a few months. As it is, it will take a while. Like I've scheduled my Kickstarter to be on September of next year, like 2016. So maybe I'll finish this earlier, but I want to be sure that everything is in place and everything works before I actually release the game. I want a good solid start so that I can make more expansions easier and without having a weak base set. Okay, let's go over to yellow. So what do we have here? A merchant, a trader, and a peasant. What other yellow things can there be? First, let's check this base set, because I have pretty much a lot of yellow cards. Right, thief. Oh, and I think there was a blue card that I could reappropriate. There was this not a researcher, a diplomat. So if you didn't attack, draw a card. This is an interesting little ability that basically doesn't. It works for defensive strategies. It gives you more fuel in your hands and helps you survive if you don't care about attacking. So let's make it a diplomat. Again, make it human because I don't care about subtypes for these cards, for most of these. Make it it doesn't really matter. 2, 2, 4. It might as well be 5. Or 4. Maybe 5, yeah. Because you can potentially draw a card each turn. And the thing about why did I make it orange? It's just supposed to be yellow. Maybe yellow, yellow, and 2 colorless is fine. different cards have different costs. The different colors tend to have different costs for things. So red has mostly cheap things, and orange has a lot of expensive. Yellow has a lot of expensive stuff, but they have ways of getting more resource quickly. For example, let's make a structure that is building. Although buildings are colorless, so let's make a colorless building that works with yellow stuff. So like yellow, remove a card from your junkyard from the game in your junkyard. Add yellow. And you can do this once per turn, let's say. Although not necessarily. Or let's make this cost like at 2 z, and this can cost zz as well. And it's sort of a crane, like I think I need a couple more buildings here. Wait. So I see a pattern already coming here. So this is a colorless building that works with red stuff. This is a colorless building that works with yellow. And I'll just make like this is the one that works with orange. This is the one that works with green and blue and violet. And what else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. So all of the buildings are colorless. Let's make a point saying that all of the buildings are colorless. Okay. Now, what am I doing right now? Yellow, yeah, okay, yellow cards. Got a cargo ship. Let's make a ship that is an ambassador ship. And how do you make it an ambassador ship? Let's make it so that if, okay, card name can't be attacked unless how do I make this valid and not extremely strong mechanic? So the idea with ambassadors is that they can't be attacked. So let's make it so. This is actually kind of hard to word. So because usually if something cannot be attacked, then it becomes a powerhouse, and it's incredibly hard to deal with. And how do I make an ambassador ship that seems like it's an ambassador ship? Maybe if it has an ambassador inside, it cannot be attacked or boarded, maybe. I don't know. Let's make something that it can only be boarded. Makes no sense. It's really hard. Connor, do you have any ideas on how to design an ambassador ship? Meanwhile, I can maybe make another, like a tank, for example, a tank ship. That doesn't seem like something yellow would do. Let's go here, back here, and see what yellow things are here. Bounty hunter. Okay, really, this doesn't help me much. Go here and see the ships. Pirate, secondhand ship, ambassador. Oh, I have an ambassador ship already. Can't be attacked or blocked or boarded unless it attacks or. This makes no sense. This makes no sense at all. If it's not horror, I'm not of much use. Okay, fair enough. Okay, if I can't design it, then it's not. It doesn't have the right to exist. Okay, I've got a maybe a ship that is for bounty hunters. So let's say that man, these cards are really hard to design. Okay, maybe let's think. So there's a cargo ship. What other things yellow can do? What other ships? Let me think. And the ships are always the hardest things to design. Okay, let's give some things like shields. There's a nice all-purpose ship that has like a more defensive ship, more for exploring. Oh, I know what. Let's make one that says when card name explores a planet, you gain control of that planet. How about that? This is powerful again, so make it slow. Maybe a 3/3 again. Defensive, make it a 2/4 or a 3/4. For some reason, it's becoming a pretty good ship for 3. And make it cost 4. ZZZ, and this can cost control the planet. YYZ. Z has to cost 3. Have to kind of move things around a bit. 2, 1, 4 for 3. That's fine. Shield 1 shield. Okay. Okay, nice. This can be an explorer's vessel. Next in line. Okay, we've got a shield. Yeah, I think I need a ship that bounty hunters use or pirates use in order to board other people's ships. So let's call it like a pirate ship. This should be a little faster, and you know, maybe not as not maybe like more power than health, and cost not that much, maybe 2, and have maybe a huge downside. The downside might be that okay, card name has to attack each turn. If card name can't deal damage to, wait, okay, if there are no objects that your opponents control in the same space as this card, then it has to attack one of your ships, or maybe you have to pay resource, something like that feels right. Kind of hard. No. Has to attack each turn if it can. Okay, no, let's make it like this. Card name can't attack. So it can only be used for boarding. How about this? Nice. Let's make another couple of creatures. Okay, so maybe we've got one that turns resource into cards, one that turns cards into resource, one that gives you cards if you didn't attack this turn. Building gets more resource, and maybe creatures that for each card in hand. What can they do? What can they do? When it dies, and you get something when it dies. Okay, how about, yeah, a creature then when it dies, you get some resource. You get the resource back. How about that? Because essentially it has some property, and when it dies, it gives the property to the government. So if you're playing the yellow strategy, then you like this stuff. When card name dies, comma, add yellow to your home planet. Let's make it like this. And it costs exactly 1 yellow, and is a filthy 1/1 creature. Or maybe even a 0/1. Sure. Taxpayer. Okay, and so all of these creatures are pretty weak. Let's give the yellow guys some powerful creatures. So a pirate, let's say, or a bounty hunter. It costs decent amount, maybe 3, 4. And what does a bounty hunter do? Okay, so maybe it has really good stats, like a 6/4, but when card name destroys a creature as a result of a battle, pay like 2 yellow or remove it from the game. So essentially, you have to destroys an object as a result of a battle, pay YY or remove it from the game. So it has really good stats. So you hire this guy, and it does one mission, and if you want him to stick around, you pay more. I think this is very flavorful, and it gives you an idea of why you need the good resource. I mean, a lot of resource, so that you can continue paying the bounty hunters. I think this is a good design mechanic. I'm thinking, you know, sometimes you start to see how the cards start interacting with each other, and I like how the bounty hunter interacts with stuff that yellow tries to do, like the trader and the peasant and the taxpayer. Okay, maybe this is a little too powerful. Actually, no. For 3, that's fine. For 3, maybe let's make it a little, even more powerful. So every time you have to pay another 2. Okay. Next. Let's go and make some green cards. Oh no, let's see if I have some space for yellow and maybe orange actions. I forgot to make some actions. As it turns out, I'm probably not finishing this base set today. I'm getting close. No, I'm not getting close at all. But see, I have no uncommons here, for example. But I'm certainly making cards faster than I used to. Unfortunately, there's really nobody here. I don't know why. Maybe this is not really entertaining to watch or to listen to. I don't know. Okay, we've got cash in. We've got ceasefire. Objects can't attack during your opponent's and your next turns. Also, Connor, do you think this reads well? This card, ceasefire, is supposed to. Okay, it's written like this: objects cannot attack during your opponent's and your next turns. The idea is that during your opponent's turn, he cannot attack, and then during your next turn, you cannot attack, and then on his or her next turn, this effect doesn't do anything else. So it's a short ceasefire. Again, to prolong the game, it's yellow's strategy of getting as much resources as possible and kind of like defending itself and stalling until they get a huge amount of resource. I don't think that this is the right way of wording things. Maybe it is. Hello? Okay. The thing is working. Connor, are you there? Okay. More actions. Let's see. What do we have here? Ceasefire. Establish trade route. Ooh, this is an interesting thing. I don't know if it's supposed to be common. Maybe it can be uncommon because it's kind of hard to understand what it does. Raid. Nice. So Control Z. This card says choose a planet that's in nobody's control. It really should be choose a neutral planet. That should be a word that means something. And a planet you control. As long as okay. As long as the neutral planet isn't conquered, comma, at the beginning of your turn, add Y to the planet to the planet you control. Yeah, this is definitely an uncommon thing because kind of hard to understand. If there are fewer, okay, why this is rare? It's supposed to be uncommon. I don't understand it like this. Sorry, I gotta refresh every time I want to comment, so I don't do it much. Again, I don't know why. What's wrong with the stream that you have to refresh every time? Establish trade route. And how much did it cost in the previous version? It cost 3. I think that is fair. So yellow and 2, and it's an action. Okay, nice. And I think there should be some way of exploring faster. So like a ship that helps you explore the galaxy, because if there are things that establish trade routes with neutral planets that yellow does, then maybe we can add a ship here that's oh, we have already an explorer's vessel. How about another? Ship. These names again are not final. I keep telling this every time I do it. One card name is okay. When card name explores a space, actually no. At the beginning of your turn, you may explore a space in range 1 of the explorer's ship. This kind of helps first with finding out where things are in the galaxy, and it works well with the established trade route card and this sub-theme that yellow has of establishing trade routes, as I've said. Okay, this can be a little cheaper than the other one. So this costs 4. This can cost 3 or 2. Let's make it cost 3. Actually, no, let's make it cost 2. I want a nice cheap thing that explores. 112 should be fine. Okay. And we're almost done with yellow ships, which is impressive. And let's try another action. I can't seem to find any. Okay, raid. The raid is a good one. The next time you board, your opponent's creatures can defend. So this is again a card that helps you boarding. Another sub-theme that yellow has. Your opponents can't defend. So it's like an intimidation thing. Although this may be more of an orange thing, because yellow really doesn't board that much. It's more of an orange card. So okay, and it's called raid for now. And it costs 1. Perfect. All right. And let's go over to green. Green is one of the harder colors to to create ships for. And generally, I'm finding that it's kind of difficult to create ships so that they're all different. Let's try some green creatures. So first of all, let's go back to the very, very old set, and let's see some of the creature. Butcher, sacrifice a creature, add green, green. It doesn't seem very green. of a card. It's more of a violet. Carpenter. At the beginning of your turn, heal one building. Control on the same one. Okay, we cannot have this card already in orange. At the beginning of your turn, put one power on a beast farmer. Oh. Beastmaster, Predator, Alien. Yeah, how about a creature that you can play directly on your opponent's planet? So it's a Predator, let's say. Beast. Card name can enter. No, can go in. How did I word it last time? Green. Okay. Was it here? Yeah. These are very powerful cards. Yeah, let's make it a predator that has to eat other creatures. So its shtick is that at the beginning of your turn, choose a creature other than card name on the same space. Wait, at the beginning, choose at the beginning of your turn, destroy. Let's make it like this: destroy a creature on the same space as card name. So this means that if there are no other creatures, it dies itself. Strange. I guess it's fine. Maybe it's not a common card though, because it has such a devastating effect. Maybe it should be uncommon or maybe even rare. So it's a huge monster, maybe even bigger, like an 8, 6, 4, a lot of green. For 5. No, that's not good enough actually. For 4. Is that good? That's good. Make it uncommon. It kind of works with the swarm strategy that green has. So if you have a lot of disposable creatures, you can sort of feed them to this predator. Otherwise, it can go and hunt creatures on other planets. Nice. So what do we have here? Explode on space in range 1. Current game 1 +1 health. Remove 1 damage. Let's go back here and see what other green cards we have. Okay, how about a creature that can only attack structures, like a giant that is like a sort of a pacifist? And yeah, that's fine. Card name can only attack structures. Make it a giant. so that it's not a human. And we can make it strong again, make it like a 7-9. Maybe not that strong, maybe a 6-7, so that the beast is stronger. Maybe even weaker, maybe a 5-6. Time for lunch and mowing the lawn. We'll check if stream is still going when I'm back. Probably, yeah. Thanks for the support. The idea was that I would finish the entire set of cards by today, and it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. But you never know. I'll try my best. Also, we have 4 people watching. Hello, everybody. Who are you? You've got Gameg1, I know you, and Modern Skiot, I know you as well. You're kind of the newer people that watch me on stream, that watched me on Twitch last time, I think a few days ago. Please help me make as many cards as possible. I have to finish this by today, so I'll continue the stream for as long as I can, probably. Okay. I'm trying to create cards as fast as possible and still make them, you know, decently designed. All right, what am I doing? Let's make another green card. So green strategy is swarm. So maybe a small creature that creates tokens. Okay. This actually seems more like an uncommon, but let's call it sprouting. I don't know, plant. Make it a plant. Mix creature, so it's maybe a costly thing. Maybe even 5. And at the beginning of your turn, put a 1 power, 1 health creature sprout creature on the same space as card name. There you are, guys. Hi, we talked yesterday. By the way, it's pronounced Game G1. Oh, sorry. It's just, you know, happens. I see Gameg1. Also, your Facebook link goes to the YouTube series of how you to make a card game. What? You mean here on Twitch? I'll have to fix that. Do you want a YouTube link? That will be www.facebook.com/ I think Mothership TCG still. I have to change it. If not, then Multiverse TCG, and you'll find my yeah, here on Twitch. You'll find the thing, or just type in Multiverse TCG on Facebook, and you'll find my the page. Okay, so this I think can cost 4 and can be a 1/1, and definitely not a common. Make it an uncommon at least, because if there are too many of these plants going around, then this can be mayhem. It's kind of a stronger card. You don't have a Facebook. Where do you live? Under a rock. It was just an observation. Why? I mean, I know some people that don't use Facebook. Is that a specific? Is there a specific reason? You know, it's like some people just don't want their information out there on the internet, and I can respect that. But it's just so easy to use Facebook to communicate with all of the people that you know. I don't know. Do whatever you feel is right. Okay, more green creatures. Let's go here and see. What do we have? Beast. Restock. What's restock? Spread the food. Corrosion. All of these cards are terribly designed. Pacifism. Okay, pacifism sounds like a green thing. A creature or structure can't attack and defend unless you attacked it first. That's worded really weirdly. Okay, I think... also, this is a continuous effect, so it doesn't work really well with the single effect actions. Wow, these cards are really bad. Monster. Okay, structure root, attack, defend, move. Okay, crumble. Oh, okay, let's put a crumble effect. I think green can have an ability that destroys buildings. That sounds like something that green might do. So what do we have? Call of the pack and make friends. Nice. And we can have crumble. And it can say that any building loses all abilities. Oh no, let's just make it so you destroy any building. That's something. It seems powerful, but buildings are not the most important cards in the game. It's more of like a sideboard card, something that you might use sometimes, and not always. So why doesn't this card have any cost? They should probably cost 3. G, G, Z. And crumble can cost also like 3, I think. Or 2 or 3. It cost GG. No, GGZ, it's fine. Okay. Do you have anything interesting to talk about? Game G1 and Motan's Kiot? Or did you just come here to watch me struggle creating cards? Farmer Predator, Floating Plant, okay. Stormer Sage, Small Sniper Pilot. Oh, this is so... Let's go back here, let's see. Draw cards equal to the amount of planets you control. This sounds like a very green card. And maybe it's rare or uncommon, so not right now. Maybe let's make it equal to the number of creatures you control. How about that? Oh, wait. Because green is more about lots of creatures. Nah, not really. I like having something in green that says like draw cards, or maybe add green for each creature you control. This can cost like 3, for example. So if you have more than 3 creatures, then it starts giving you some amount of resource. And if you have like 7 or 10, it gives you a lot of resource. And it's kind of a combo card, part of a big combo. And let's call it, I don't know. Really doesn't matter what it's called. And I want to have a card that is sort of like a pacifism. So this gives you more creatures. This gains control of a planet, so a resource basically. This destroys a building. and maybe either an uncommon or a common that makes it so a creature cannot attack or defend at all. Call it pacify. Maybe as a win condition you will have to control 11 planets, so they have to devote to it to make it a strategy. As a win condition you will have control of 11 planets so that they have to devote to do I mean 10. That's a thing that's part of the game right now. You can win by taking control of your opponent's planet, or taking control of 10 planets, and that's maybe, yeah, green should have a focus more on expansion and more cards that go with that strategy, but I really can't think of any cards right now that could do it. Wait, so what does this mean? So if a card can't attack or defend, it can still operate ships, and that's fine. That means that you don't really destroy it. I can defend, and sure. It doesn't cost that much. I'm thinking like 2 or 1. All right. Let's. I need some more coffee. I can't think straight. Now, more cards, more cards. We've got a plant that becomes bigger every turn, a warrior that heals itself, a guy that explores, range 1. This one can only attack structures, is a big buff dude. And what other things green can do? Plants, diseases, big creatures, weak ships, growth, swarm, resource, ramp. Okay, so maybe a creature that ramps in. Yeah, okay, I don't have a creature that gives you extra resource. So maybe you can have so many colors can give you extra resource, but all of them do it in a different way. So green, I think, does it with plants or creatures in general. How can a creature and resource? It's like at the beginning of your turn, add resource, or every time you play a creature, add resource. Every time you draw a card, add resource. No. Every time you. No, that doesn't make sense. So. Okay, how about this? Oh, first let's read this. Here's a card for you. Garden of Eden, green, 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 and 3 colorless. At the beginning of your turn, why do you misspell so many? I mean, I don't know. Maybe English is not your first language. At the beginning of your turn, card name generates green, green, green. It's a structure. Pretty straightforward. So in 2 turns, it pays back itself. So it's I guess, yeah, maybe. Right now, I'm making all of the structures. I mean, all of the colored structures, ships, or not buildings anyway. Maybe if it's the thing is, it costs 6, so you kind of need to ramp into it before it. I'm thinking more of something smaller. So let's say that what I had in mind is that a creature can add resource, but you have to use it that turn. Although that's more of a red thing. Come on. I'm thinking of a card called Llanowar Elves, and it kind of does the same thing that although resource in that game is different than this game. Okay, how about this? At the beginning of your next turn, add green green. So a card that costs 1 green and is a small, useless kind of creature. I don't know, let's make him a human just because. I'll call it the mystic. Or like a farmer. Do I have a farmer already? Yes. Gardener. How about a gardener? The idea is that he ramps you a little bit, but not right away, because if this creature added 2 green right away, you could play 1 gardener, then other 2 gardeners on the same turn, and then how many? 4 at the same turn, if you have all of them in your hand. But this way, you play 1, and then it gives you resource only on the next turn. I think this is a nice way of putting a card that gives you a little bit of resource. Actually, maybe you can put in an extra power, an extra toughness. No, maybe not. That's too powerful. Nice. And okay, what do we have in terms of ships? So we've got a solar powered and exploration ships. And okay, let me think. Ship that works with creatures. So let's say that card name's power is equal to the power to the combined power of all creatures inside it. Okay, so it means this has I don't know, again 1 speed and star power and like 3 health, maybe more, maybe make it a bigger card and make it cost more. Actually, let's give him a little more speed, because come on, green needs a bigger ship. And this is, let's call it the Ark. It's, as of now, it's pretty unique in its ability. Another card. Green, gain 6, paid or 3 turns. Wait, what? Oh, okay, so the idea is that you gain 6 resource, but you have to pay it or 3 turns. Otherwise, what? It goes away? Loan. That's not how cards work, though. It doesn't really make flavorful. This is more of a yellow card, because you call it loan, and yellow is the card of the color of money. So let's say you pay 3 gold, you get 6 gold right away, and you have to pay it back. So no, that's actually not a good card. Maybe I should design them by myself. I'm sorry. No, it's really great that you're trying to help. I shouldn't criticize you. Sorry. So the thing with a card that costs 3 and gives you 6 resource, that's I think fine in itself. So you pay 1 card from your hand and 3 resource, and you get 6 resource and nothing else. So you don't get a creature in play, you don't get a structure. So if it was just that, that's a fine card. That's pretty. I don't know if that's too powerful or not, but it's not insanely powerful and it's not completely useless. But since you said paid back over 3 turns, it means that you get, so you pay 3 upfront, you get 6 right away, and you still need to pay 6 in 3 turns, so you pay 9 and you get 6, and that's no good deal. Why pay? I mean, I guess so you could get the resource right away, so you trade um, sort of a couple of turns for the resource. I don't think that's fair though. If it was something like for 1 green you get 5 and then paid back, like paid back over 3 turns, then it would be something closer to what it just, I don't know. The thing with paid back with 3 turns, you have to keep in mind, okay, so it's turn 2, I still have another turn. You just say I play this card and then my opponent plays this card and then a couple of turns down the road I play another one. Now you still have to keep track of all these turns, and mostly all of the cards that I have right now do something right away, and either it's a permanent thing or it's a thing that happens and you don't have to think about it, or it happens at a certain point every turn. So like here, at the beginning of your turn, add 1 green resource. At the beginning of your turn, destroy a creature on the same field. At the beginning of your turn, so it's not something that you have to keep track of. Connor, you're back, I think. Are you back? So that's why I don't particularly like your card. Nothing personal, but you know, we learn with time. Okay. Another way, I think green needs a little more of a ramp. So if maybe a ship that ramps, so this kind of ramps, but in a more spread out way. So if you explore a planet, you gain resource. How about a creature that's uncommon now? So there's a common creature that gives you resource. Now an uncommon creature that gives you resource. Do I have one here? Yeah, I have one. All right. So I think I'm set. I don't know why I thought I didn't have that many ramp cards. Let's see what other cards I can add. The green cards. So growing. This one grows. This one removes damage. This one explores a space. This one is a big buff dude. Okay. This one kind of ramps a bit. And a bit of a swarm card. I want to have a bit of a swarm card. So maybe one that when you play it, you get another one. Sort of, although there already is a card like this right now. Oh, action. Call of the Pack. Okay, there is a swarm card already. So we're fine with that. Then how do I make other 5 creatures? Okay, I can't think of anything right now. Let's go over to blue. Blue is a simpler color for me to create cards for. First of all, let's consult our previous set. And we've got some engineers. Do I have an engineer here that grants me shields? Yes, I have one. Nice. A sniper robot that survives in space. Nice, I've got one there. Researcher. That's not really blue. This is, I think I have one. An armored. Okay, a guard. A guard is a cool card. And actually, this should be an orange card that works well with blue cards. Okay, let's go here. Since orange has bigger buffer creatures, let's put it here. Guard. What does it say? When you play guard, choose a creature on the same space at. Oh wait. When you play card name, choose a comma. Choose a creature on the same space as it. If that creature would be attacked card name is attacked instead. Let's call it guard after all. And this card doesn't work that well with other orange creatures because they tend to be stronger. Make it a human, why not? And what are his stats in here? I seem to remember he was pretty alright, although it doesn't look like he doesn't look that strong. Maybe if there's a 4/4, cost 3. That should be alright for a card that's strong. Good. Okay, let's see. Swarm, green, pay 2 green, summon a copy of this card, can't be transported 0/1/2. Okay. So you pay 2 green, you summon a copy of this card. Can't be transported. I don't get it. What does it do? Is that a creature? Oh, okay. I kind of understand what you're going with. So it's a creature, a small creature, and if you pay 2 more green, you get another one, right? So if you pay 1 green, you get 1 creature. If you pay 3, you get 2 creatures, right? And if you pay 5, you get 3. That's a versatile little summon spell you've got. Yeah, I guess that this is that's an interesting card. Let's go back to green. Swarm of bees. Not necessarily bees. Why is it a structure now? Although again, this can get out of hand, so it shouldn't be that. Okay, no, you can pay green at your turn or any swarm on any swarm card token, and you get a copy. Oh, so that's a mechanic, basically, what you're saying. But either way, I think I have a. You inspired me to make an interesting card. Let's make it maybe even rare. Call it Swarm. Creature that costs 1 green. When you play card name, you may pay an additional GG. Actually, let's make it like this. When card name enters, when comes into play, you may pay GG. If you do, copy this card. So it's essentially what I thought you said that your card did. Basically, you pay 1 green, you get this. It enters play. You can play another 2 green. If you do, you get another copy. It enters play. You may pay another 2 green. If you do that, you get another copy. Actually, I think this should cost 2 because of that's a pretty powerful thing. So you can get 2 creatures for 4, 3 creatures for 6, 4 creatures for 8, and 5 creatures for 10. And while this might not seem like a lot, actually maybe it can cost 1. Maybe, yeah, this is fine. This sounds like an interesting card, an interesting rare that you can kind of build around or build towards, and is not so bad at the beginning of the game if you need a creature really bad, and not so bad at the end of the game when you need a lot. I don't know why you would need a lot of 1/1s, but you might. Let's make it what kind of make it an insect. Right. I'll try to create another creature, another common. Commons are sometimes the hardest cards to design because it's easy to come up with interesting. Wow, let's make a gigantic monster that destroys buildings with its feet. But it's harder to make a card that goes into a lot of strategies and is different enough from all of the other common cards so that it's unique and it makes sense flavorfully. Let's go back here. Let's see. Oh, do I have a common little beast? I don't think I have. Okay. Make it a beast. So the thing with beasts is that you can play them on any planet. At least that's what we call it. Wild beast. Card name comes into play on any planet. And it's except your opponent's home planet. Let's say on any planet except your opponent's home planet. The reason why I put this is because these cards, if you can put them anywhere, then you just put it on your opponent's home planet and you win the game, unless they have other creatures there. Make it like a 3/3. Make it cost 2 green. That's overpowered. Make it cost 3 green. And that's all right. And that's how basically you expand without using creatures that much. All right. Let's go over to blue, as I was saying. Go over back to blue. Diplomat. I have the diplomat, the recruit, bulky ship, shield. So blue ships tend to have a shield. We've got an armored vessel here, so we already have a card with shield. This one can be boarded. Make it one with range, which is also a thing that blue tends to do. So this one costs 2, this one costs 4, this one can cost 3, and it can be a 1, 4 can be board 1, 3, 2. So a little, not that strong. This isn't the strongest card, but since it has range, it's a little more, you know what, let's make it a little faster. No, maybe not this one. For 3 you get a 4/4/1. We'll make it a 3/3. And let's make it a generic long distance shooter. Okay, let's make an armored, I mean a cloaked ship. Not clocked, cloaked. So, are you still, who has gone away? Was it you, Game G1? Did you get fed up with me? No, you're still there. Also, Connor should be coming back. Connor is a good friend of mine from back in the days when I used to work with the Elysian Shadows, and we kind of still keep in touch. He was the musician for the project. Cloaked ship. Okay, so a cloaked ship. I think I have a similar cloaked ship in Violet. And how did I do it? Cannot be attacked or boarded. Oh, can be attacked and boarded only as in space. And let's differentiate it from purple. Let's give him range 2. Range 1. So it's really hard to get around it. It's really a powerful ship. So for 4, right? How much is this one? It's 3. I'll get a 1, 3, 3. This can be a 1, 3, 2. For 4, it has range 1 and it can only be attacked. So okay, it's weaker at first glance, and it costs more than this one. But since it cannot be attacked or boarded on planets, then it's kind of not really. Let's make this a 2, 4, 2. It can't be boarded, so 3, 4. Change some numbers around. Nice. Engine upgrade. Blue can only be placed on ships. Increase ships movement by 1. It is a building. Engine upgrade. This sounds like a weapon, not a weapon. Now, a thing about upgrades and weapons and armors, stuff that you put on other cards. Like, for example, if I try to make a blaster card that you put on a creature, or like you said, an engine upgrade. You need the engine upgrade, you need the ship, and you need the creature for it to do anything at all. So it has to be really powerful in order to be played in decks. And the thing about the base set, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, and I don't want to put any upgrades. Maybe I'll have to, you know what? Maybe once I test the game like this, it will turn out to be too simple. I doubt it, because it seems it seems difficult enough. But the thing is, at this point, every single player who's playing the game, even when the game is released, every single player will be a new player. So this would be should be the right set for them to get used to the cards and learn how to play. So I don't think upgrades is a thing that I should put in this particular set. Upgrade. I can increase ship movement by 1 in other ways. So how can I do it? I can make it like a creature that is an engine expert, for example. How about this? And now I can make this ship back the way it was. So the thing, this is, okay, so we've got a shield engineer and an engine engineer. And the thing that they do is they make the ships more powerful. So this one gives them shields, right? When you play card name, a structure you can call against shields. And every time you play a ship on the same field, get 1 speed. Although the engineers, I'm thinking they should work in a similar fashion. So maybe autopilot. That's a cool thing. I don't have any autopilot ships. For 2 blue, can only be placed on buildings. Don't need a person to pilot the ship. It is a building. I don't know why you keep making these things buildings. We can make you know, a tower that operates ships that can be a building, and you can sort of operate the ships from a tower, but it's not really autopilot. We can make a ship that has autopilot incorporated, or an action that gives an ability similar to autopilot. I don't want to put any things. Again, you're saying can only be placed on a building, and that's not what I do at all. I don't place things on top of buildings or on ships because, as I've said, it's a more complex mechanic. It's not that complex to you and me, but it takes a lot of work to make it work, and you kind of need to build your deck around these upgrades. And I think I said that to you last time, that you need more luck when drawing cards from your deck in order to make these kinds of things work. It's closer to. It actually reminds me of Pokemon, the trading card game. Uh, the problem with Pokemon is that, okay, you've got weaker Pokemon and they evolve into stronger Pokemon. And a Squirtle always evolves into a Wartortle, and a Wartortle always evolves into, I can't talk, into a Blastoise. But if you build a deck that's around Blastoise, you need Squirrels, you need Wartortles, and you need to have all of them in play. So you need to have a lot of things happen the way you want to, so that you play your Blastoise reliably every game, or most games. And that turned the Pokemon trading card game into a much more deck building oriented game, where basically you build your deck, try to build your deck and optimize it so that you can draw like 5 or 6 or 7 cards in order to try and find your Wartortles and your Blastoises. And you just, since you need so many different cards for your deck to work, specific cards, you have to search for them more. And Pokemon players have a term that's called a search engine. So every deck has a search engine as a way of getting to the stuff you need. And I don't particularly like. I mean, you can have decks in this game that have search engines, but I don't want it to be a necessary thing to play the game. And it's more of a combo strategy, and I want to have strategies that don't rely on combo elements. So that's a long way of explaining why I don't want too many different types of cards that you put one on top of the other. I'll put them eventually. Like I'll have armor and stuff that you put on buildings later, but not right now. I want to keep. I don't want players to try to build search engines right at the first set of the game when the game is just released. You can. It's a harder thing that more experienced players do. So maybe I can make a couple of expansions, and maybe on the third expansion add all of that stuff. All right. Every time you play a ship on the server, as I was saying, engineers should probably work the same way. So this one gives 1 shield. This one then gets 1 speed, not to every ship, unless I make it an uncommon. That's probably the right call, actually. So again, sometimes commons have an ability that you use once, and uncommons have an ability that you use a lot of times, and maybe rares have an ability that you use, that grants a bonus. No, the thing is, if you have too many of these engineers in your deck or in a draft pool, you can really get out of hand with your speed. and so you make them a little more hard to come by, make them uncommon. So this one costs 2, and this one will probably cost more. Make it a 1/2 as well, since it's an engineer. Make sort of a parallel. Maybe make it cost 4. Every time I play a ship, we get +1 speed. That's make it cost 3, right? Oh, whoops. Although 4 probably is the right call. Maybe this is too specific. Make it like this. All right. Wow, I've been designing cards for 2 hours already. Quick question: What does the second player get so that the first player? What does the second player get so that the first person advantage is now limited? Okay, that's a fair question. So in chess, so for those people that don't know what game G1 is talking about, in turn-based games, usually the player that goes first has an advantage because you get to do things first. Like in chess, the player who plays white goes first and has one move, is always one move ahead, one step ahead of the other player. And card games tend to offset this advantage. Not every card game does it. I do the same thing that Magic the Gathering does, and that is that the player that goes first doesn't get to draw a card at the beginning of his first turn. The player that goes second gets to draw a card, and then all the subsequent turns, every player draws a card. In Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a different version of this first person advantage thing. In Yu-Gi-Oh, the first player, the player that goes first on his or her first turn cannot attack, which also is sort of a disadvantage, but not. I think that denying, although Yu-Gi-Oh is a different game entirely, so I won't talk about Yu-Gi-Oh. I think that denying an extra card to the person that goes first is a fair, it balances out pretty much the first person advantage. Plus, some decks would like to have more cards, and they don't really care about going second. And some decks would like to go first, and they don't care about the extra card. So some decks would like to go first, and some decks would like to go second. That's an interesting little small dynamic that I added, and that Magic the Gathering added before me. So that's an interesting thing that we have in common. Okay, let's make more blue cards. I've derailed enough. We've got a capsule. Creatures on the current board. Okay, so I like this. This is a ship that cannot attack. So a very cheap blue ship, costs 1, has 1 speed and 3 health. Call it capsule. Maybe it can even be called a capsule here. And what does it do again? Creatures inside capsule can't board. So essentially it cannot attack in any shape or form. It's really a capsule to transport things back and forth between planets or whatever. Is there someone else that joined? Yes! Oh, we've got a stalker. We've got MRail X832EU. Welcome to the stream, MRail X832EU. How's it going? I'm making cards here. I'm making the basic set for my trading card game. You can ask me anything you want. I'll probably answer it. Okay, let's go here and get any ideas. Shield generator. Ooh, a building that generates shields. That's interesting. Let's make it a colorless card, and let's make it so like for blue, all structures, no, maybe not all structures. What does the shield generator do in this version? All other structures on the same space as shield generator get +1 to shields. Very interesting. All other, wait. You control on the same space as card name. Card name get 1 shield. I think this is a pretty strong thing. So let's cost 2, 3 resource for 1 shield. That's a good deal, I'm thinking. And let's make it really easy to destroy. So 2 health. That's exactly what I had here. So I have a cycle of these buildings that are colorless, but have activated abilities or have some sort of connection to a specific color. And this one, let's call it a shield generator. I'm fine, thanks for asking. Godship can survive in space 110.9. I don't want to put religion in my game, but so how much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How much resources is that? 3, 6, 9. That's a lot. You'll never be able to play it. Like something like 18 or 20. There's no way that's getting played. So 20, yeah, that's a crappy card. You'll never get to. So to get to 20 resource, you have to either wait 10 turns and not doing anything, or do all these crazy manipulations in order to get to 20 resource, and you get a ship that is big and it's slow, and sure, it can survive in space, but all ships can survive in space. That's what they do. I'll have big ships, don't worry. I'll put in some big ships. They'll mostly be rares. That's why I don't really have them right now. I'm making more common cards right now. Where am I? Okay. Oh, I don't have many actions, many blue actions. Let's see. I keep. It's a creature. It's a creature, and then oh, so a creature that can move in space. So usually, at least right now, creatures that survive in space are generally robots. So it can be like a transformer, a huge giant robot. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Although 20 resources is a lot even for such a creature, even if it's not a ship, it's still a lot. Maybe something like 9. That's about right. Or yeah, 9 should be 8 or 9. Actions, let's see. Map the stars. Export to space in the galaxy. This is not good. Sneaky maneuver. Choose a ship you control. The next one prevent damage. That's unnecessary. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. So this is kind of like Red's card that gives a ship +1 speed, except that you move any ship and all creatures inside of it 1 space, and that means it is more versatile. So you can move stuff of your opponents around. And let's see how much does that red card cost? Speed burst costs 1 red. Any ship gets +1 speed until end of turn. And so let's make it 2 blue. Where is that card? Here. A blue and a colorless. And you get this. Inside of it, 1 space. And let's call it magnetic tug. It is a character. So, Mr. Alex, how did you find me? I don't recall seeing you on my previous Twitch streams. Do you know what this game is? Are you subscribed like on YouTube, or should I explain to you what am I doing right now? Let's see other actions. So okay, draw 2 cards. That's pretty blue. Move a ship a space. Okay, exploring I think should be a thing that blue does, but not 2 spaces, like exploring 4 spaces, let's say, or 3. Two spaces in range 2. Okay, 4 spaces in range 1. And this might cost 1 blue because it doesn't do much at all. And when there was a creature that explored 1 space, it also cost 1, but you get a creature. With this, you don't get anything. You just get exploration. And this might help actually green strategies and yellow strategies, but those colors don't get just to explore like this. Blue is the color of knowledge, and they look at the sky. So look at the skies. It's just something that blue does. Minor bot. Red. When it dies, deal 2 damage to all creatures on the same space. 0-1-3. Okay, robot. So when it dies, deals 2 damage to all creatures. Oh, so it has a mine inside of it, right? Not a miner, but it with a mine. So yeah, I like. I don't think I have creatures that do things when they die. Oh yes, I do. I have a yellow creature that gives you resource when it dies. But this, okay, so when it dies, it gives you 2 damage. I think this is a fair card. This is actually a good card. And let's see, sacrifice card. Oh, we have a similar one here. So let's differentiate it a little bit. Make it deal 1 damage. And that one can be bot with a mine inside, not a miner bot. Called a robot. And card name survives in space, since that is the ability that all robots have in my game. And what did you say it did? Okay, for red. Oh no. When card name dies. You're getting better, Game G1, at creating cards for Multiverse. I like this one a lot more than your previous suggestions. When card name dies, deal 2 damage thing is, we've got a kamikaze that you sacrifice, and this has a similar thing that when it dies you deal damage. So maybe let's move this to violet, because violet doesn't really care about sacrificing creatures, so maybe this can be a violet thing. Let's move this here. Whoops, sorry. I know when I hear that awful sound, my sound goes away, and I fortunately fixed it quite fast. So sacrifice card name. Okay, remembers this. I like the miner bot better as a red card. Deal damage to all creatures. To all creatures or everything? Just everything. On the same space as card name. And so if it's a 1/3 for 2 red, I think this ability is too powerful combined with this ability that he has when he survives in space. So maybe he can cost like 3 or 4. Actually 4, because it can be a lot of damage. All right, miner. I've got a miner already. At the beginning of your turn, generate 1 color resource of your choice, or generate Z001. I have a miner already. It's an orange card. At the beginning of your turn, if card name is on a planet you control, add orange. The reason it does this only if it's on a planet is because it's a miner. It doesn't mine in space, only on a planet. So this is, and it gives you orange, because orange is usually the resource of rocks and, you know, coal, stuff that you mine. Still close. But okay, this is actually a lot for I don't like red cards that cost 4, although there are no red cards that cost 4 so far. So why not have 1 common? Or I want to put it on uncommon, unfortunately. Just imagine all of these bots exploding in a limited game, in a limited, like in a draft environment. That's too much damage. We can put a little bot, like a thing that does 1 damage to 1 creature. 1 damage to any object. So instead of dealing 2 damage to all, like a big explosion, boom, it deals only 1 damage to 1 object. And this, I think, can cost 2. What is this? Was this a creature? Oh no, there wasn't anything, so fine. 1/3 for 2. This is actually pretty nice. Still a little too powerful. Make it a 1/2. Deal 1 damage to any object on the same space as card name. Nice. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Let's go back to blue. Blue. Okay. Okay, I need another few creatures. So the reason I'm not finishing all of the creatures in all of the colors, I'm making most of the creatures, but not all of them, because I'll have to think about the 2-color strategies and make cards like, for example, a blue card that works well in the blue-green strategy, and an orange card that works well in the orange-purple strategy. So right now I'm making cards that work in the strategy of their own color, mostly. Or just generic cards that work mostly in any strategy. Okay. Teleporters. Good idea. I forgot to add teleporters. Move a creature on the same space as card name to another teleporter of your choice. Ooh, building. Interesting. So basically you need 2 teleporters. So build 1 on your home planet, let's say, and then you explore someplace else and you build another one there, and you can teleport creatures from one place to another. I think this can be, oh, you know what? This is a good building, I think. Let's see, do I have space in here? I actually don't have space at uncommon or common. You know, I'll get rid of, no. Yeah, I'll get rid of this. This makes no sense. and I'll put in here teleport. Let's make it the cheapest thing possible. Like for one colorless, you get a crappy little small, tiny, vulnerable building, and the only thing that it does, and it can transport creatures back and forth. So how did you word it? For a colorless, move a creature on the same to the move a creature. Let's make it even more flavorful. Inside of card name, onto move a creature inside card name to let's go into another another card name, no, another card called card name you control. Let's see if this makes any sense. Okay, for one colorless, move a creature inside of card name into another card. Structure called or named called card name you control. Billy, yeah, something like that. And basically, it doesn't do anything if it's alone. But I like having these tricky cards. And since it's colorless, you can try and make it work in any deck. And you probably will fail because you need two of them. That's never good. And they are easy to destroy, so that's not great either. But that's interesting, you know. It's an interesting way of transporting creatures back and forth without using ships. But of course, since you need another teleporter, you need to visit the other ship, the other planet first in order to do this. Flip the table, 10x. Flip the table, you win. Action. This is for fun. Yeah, this card won't work in the digital version, let's say. Okay. Oops. Nice. Okay, let's continue. Let's go up to violet since I can't seem to think of any more blue cards. What do we have here at violet? We've got two actions. Disrupt plans. Any player discards 2 cards from their hand. Destroy any creature doesn't. Okay. Let's go here and see. Violet, 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 violet. Purple. It was called purple right back here. Look at all places in the range. Look at this sabotage. Sabotage is a blue thing now. Speed boost now is a red thing. Research is a blue thing. Blow up. That's a red thing. Doctor is a blue thing. Astronomer blue. Genetic monstrosity. This is violet. What does it do? The health of card name is equal to the sum of all creatures' health in your junkyard, and its power equal to its power. Ooh, and it's common. This doesn't look like a common thing. So it's a genetic, yeah, it's a monstrosity, like a Frankenstein's monster. I don't like it that much. It can be a rare, but I don't want it at common. Engineer. Ships you play cost 1 less to play. Researcher, la la la. Shield generator. All of these cards are blue. Did I change the identities of colors that much? Capsule. Bunker. Library. Ooh, library. Do I have? No, I don't have. Laser turret. Warp drive. When you move card name, choose place. I put card name on it. So it's a ship that jumps, and it sounds like a blue thing. Do I have space for a blue uncommon ship? I probably have. Let's put it there. So, wait, this is the wrong sheet. Blue. How many ships do I have? Oh, I have space for another one. I'm not sure if this should be common or uncommon. Let's put it on uncommon just to be safe. When you move card name, choose a place and put card name on it. Should it be any place or an explored place? No, I guess any place. Instead, let's call it a warp drive ship. And this seems like a very expensive thing. Costs at least 5. Moves once every turn. And it's more of a transport, so it's maybe like a 2-3. And it has really its thing that is that it's really fast. It has instant transmission. Okay, sabotage is 5. Sure. Not sure if sabotage should cost 5 or 4, and how much blue it should cost, but I just don't like that 2 uncommons have the exact same cost. Overpopulation, XXPP. P is purple. Destroy X creatures on a planet action. Now that is the thing that I'm thinking is that anything that says destroy creatures is too powerful, because the goal of the game can be to conquer your opponent's home planet, and you do that by removing all of the creatures that there are there and putting one of yours there. So anything that says destroy creatures is probably too powerful. And for 2x and 2 purple, 2 violet, so to destroy one creature you pay 3. Any creature. To destroy 2 creatures you pay how much? Like 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6. And to destroy 3 creatures you pay 3 plus 3 plus 2, that's 8. That's still too powerful in my opinion. And it's a thing that destroys them from any distance, so I don't think that's a fair card at all. I don't think there should be any cards that destroy multiple creatures, unless they really cost a lot of resource, like really a lot, like 8 or something. Let's see. Let's see. Do I have anything that destroys creature in purple? If not, I should have, because it's a thing that purple likes to do. Just mess with your opponent. So we have assassination that destroys any creature on the same planet as the creature you control. That's kind of, you know what? This sounds like a yellow card, because yellow can pay for assassination. No, yellow is not that evil of a color. Maybe it's purple. Yeah. I don't know about that destroy too many creatures. We'll see if I'm lacking cards that destroy stuff in purple, then I'll add that card as well. Okay. XX means that you need to spend on it in 2s. So 1/1 PP for 1 creature, 2/2 PP. That's exactly what how I counted it. I think that I understand what you mean. Either way, that sounds like a rare and not a common, definitely. Let's go back here and see if there is any card that I can take from here, since my brain is not working that well. Okay, purple. what is it? Creature Inventor. Ah, too powerful. Freezing Chamber. Choose a creature from your hand as you play a card name. Remove. Too difficult. Probe. Observatory. Cryogenic Lab. Self-explode. Sacrifice a structure. Okay, kind of. Plague. Supercomputer. Kind of, yeah, these cards are just too old. They don't work for the game as it is right now. I don't know what works actually, so let me look quickly at here. Chemical weapons, pollution drones, manipulation. You know what? Let's make a ship that doesn't need any creatures inside of it to work. So let's say that card name doesn't need a creature inside of it to move, attack, or defend. Ship. Let's call it drone ship. Actually, let's call it just a drone to differentiate. And that's a thing that purple does, and probably blue too. And let's make it the smallest drone possible. And how strong should how much should this card cost? Maybe if it costs, even if it costs 2, I think that is fair, because it's still very weak, even if it doesn't need a creature inside of it. So yeah, you play it and you can move already. Yeah, so what? It's still not that great of a card. So I guess I don't know. If you enhance it some way, then it can be good. Honestly, I don't know how good a card like this can be, but I just want to have a small little tiny drone. Okay. Do I have a, okay, I have a cyborg, I have an assistant, a kamikaze miner. Put an evil scientist. Can give you cards for what? Sacrifice a creature, draw a card. How about that? Doesn't seem like a common thing. Short human. And let's jump it right here to uncommon. And let's make it a 2/2 that costs 3. Okay, sacrifice a draw card, sure. Nice. Island in space, planet, generate Z. I don't have space for planet. Look how many planets I have. The galaxy cards are all filled up for this set. I wanted to add a lot more galaxy planets, galaxy cards. So, for example, I don't remember actually what, but I wanted to add a lot more like stars and stuff, comets and asteroids you could mine, and gas giants, moons. But right now, I just want to have, you know, give the players the ability to play any 2-color combination they want reasonably well. So look, there's how many? 21 planets, plus another 4 cards, one of which has to be void. Just so if you want, you can play the. You don't have to put asteroids, fields, or wormholes or whatever you want. You can just put nothing if you want. So maybe in expansions. So I'm not accepting any galaxy cards right now. Evil Scientist would work well with that plant thing in green. Oh yes, that one that gives you a lot of creatures. Yeah, that's a good thing. Combo. All right. Disrupt plans and assassination. What other actions can purple do? Let's see. Let's go at yellow cards. Once upon a time, yellow cards had a lot of weird cards that you could kind of use in different colors, like extort. Remove a creature from the game with power 4 or less. That's just a way of destroying. Ooh, duress. That's a violet card. Look at your opponent's hand. Look and choose a non-creature card from it. He or she discards that card. Again, nice thing. I think you can make it uncommon. It's fine. Wait. It's a card disruption, cheap card disruption, and not every deck wants it, so that's why I wanted an uncommon. Not rare because it's not worth a rare spot in my opinion. And maybe I should call it something else because this exact card exists in Magic the Gathering. It's called Duress. Combo Breaker, blue, cancel target action. Thing with canceling actions is that I don't have. You can only do things on your turn in my game. You don't have. You cannot do anything on your opponent's turn. You can maybe do a version of that card that says like the next time your opponent plays a card, cancel it or something. Instead of he or she, use they. I don't think that works grammatically though. I don't know, maybe it does. Anyway, let's go over what else. Oh, Mafia Boss. That sounds like a violet card. All rats, lizards, and spiders. Okay, no. Just gonna go. Royal ship. Capital. Ooh, no. Capital building. This sounds like a building that can be related to yellow. Like, do I have? Okay, I've got a red building, a yellow. Oh, I have already a yellow building. Okay, never mind. Transaction. Move any amount of yellow resource from any planet to any other planet. Snail archaeologist, assassin, contrabandist. If contraband is in your opponent's planet, black market sort of. He's sort of a black market trader. I guess you could make it a purple thing or violet. My brain. Scavenger. Snail archaeologist. Okay. Scavenger is fine for violet. Let's make a scavenger. Common. Oh, there was already a card that does something similar. Although this would be a creature, let's say. To your hand. So the structure, oh, I remember that card. It's a scrapper. Scrapper, is it a red or what? Orange maybe? Scrapper, yeah. When you play card name, put a structure from your junkyard to your hand. That's, I don't know if it's really an orange mechanic or not. It's more of a yellow. Yeah, I remember changing this to yellow. Should go into the yellow. So creature here. There you go. And let's get rid of this one here. And it costs 3, right? And it's a 1/2. So let's make it a 1/2 and cost 3 in violet, so that it's a nice, balance. Except this one gives you creatures. Where is it? There it is. 1, 2 costs V. Easy. What about this one? Kamikaze. Sacrifice card name. Deals 1 damage to all objects on the same space as card name. How much did this cost? Maybe 1 or 2? Don't remember. Do you remember Game G1? Sacrifice card name. 2, I think. Maybe something. Maybe this. Okay. All right. I want to make a robot that gives all robots a bonus, just so that's a small tribal theme to robots. And I don't know if it should be purple or red or blue, because robots are in those colors. I think purple, since it's between red and blue. Let's make it a rare. Whoops. What just happened? Okay. Violet. Rare creature. Let's call it Father of the Machines. Robot. It's a huge, like, nice big body. For 3, that's overpowered. For 5, okay. That's not overpowered anymore. Let's say that all robots you control get +1 power and +1 health. And also it has the robot mechanics, so card name can survive in space. This way there will be an incentive to play all robots, and there'll be a robot deck just by adding this one card. Maybe I'll have to add another one. But it's fun to add these sort of build around me cards, especially in the first set, since there aren't that many cards to choose from. So if you have one that says, oh, all robots get a bonus, let's build a robot deck, and you start looking at robots that there are in the set and stuff. Okay. And wow, I've been going almost for 3 hours. How are you still there, Game G1? I don't understand. I'm almost completely burnt out. Also, I see there's someone else here, that Selmec. Welcome to the stream, Selmec. Do you know what this is all about? Have you just wandered in from Twitch, or are you a subscriber on YouTube? Do you know what Multiverse, the trading card game, is all about? If no, I can just explain it to you, and maybe you'll get interested. All right. Okay, you know what, Game G1 and Selmec, let's make some rare cards, some more interesting and exciting cards. So let's see. First of all, let's consult my previous rare cards. Since I have them, I don't have to. Maybe some. Oh, Mother Brain. That sounds cool. All blue structures you control operate without creatures inside them. Huh. So it essentially gives all of your structures an ability to be autopiloted. Sure. Okay. Okay. I don't know if this is the right ability for a card called Mother Brain. But I want to, regardless, make a card that's called Mother Brain. So it is that a creature? It is a creature. Brain. Creature brain. So where are blue cards? Okay, blue. Rares. Creature. Mother Brain. Hey, Tselmek. Actually, I discovered your YouTube channel just yesterday. Oh, welcome to the party then. Wow, you're a real newcomer then. But I'm guessing then that you know generally what this game is about, space exploration and all of that. Just to get you up to speed, this is the name of the card, the types, subtypes, abilities, cost, speed, power, health, rarity, and illustrator, which isn't relevant right now. And I'm trying to make as many cards as possible in order to start testing this latest version of the base set. And that's it, basically. Mother Brain. So what can a card that's called Mother Brain do? So I'm assuming it's a brain that operates all the machinery that you use. So essentially, yeah, maybe stuff like yeah, structures you control operate without creatures inside them. How about this? Operate only without creatures inside them. This means that if there is a creature inside of a structure, the structure cannot move and it cannot attack. But if there isn't, then the mother brain does all of the work. How about that? So how can I put this? Structures you control. Let's instead of putting the word operate, really doesn't make sense. Can attack, defend, and move without creatures inside them. Although no, you know what? I don't want to put any downsides to a card that's called Mother Brain. And let's make it like blue, 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 ZZ, Z, like something that costs 6, and make it a huge creature. It cannot attack. It's just a 12 health creature. And I think this is a good build around me card. So the idea is that you don't play any creatures in this deck, and you just play the Mother Brain and defend it some way, and you play a bunch of ships and attack your opponent with ships. That's a cool deck, I think. Planet Builder XXXXX. Place and avoid. At the beginning of your turn, place a counter on this card. Remove 3 counters from card names. Sack card name. Place a planet of your choosing in its place. You control it. 003. How long have you? Okay, wait. Before I answer your, before I comment on your card, Game G1, I have to answer the question. How long have you been streaming today? I think I missed the beginning. Yeah, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. You missed a lot. Safe to say. I was about to finish the stream, but since you guys are pretty active, I'll keep going. Plus, I'm just getting into the fun stuff, so I might as well continue. So game G1. Place in a void at the beginning of your turn. Place a counter on this card. Move. Okay. First thing, it's got counters, so it's already kind of a hard card to. You know, it has a lot of complexity going for it. So you need a big payoff. Remove 3 counters. What do you get? You sacrifice the thing and you place a planet of your choice in its place. You control it. Okay, now the problem with that is planets are already in the galaxy. You don't play planets in your arsenal, in your deck. They are separate. I thought you knew the games, the rules to my game, Game G1. You have your arsenal, which is your deck that you draw cards from, and then you have your galaxy deck that you mix with your opponent's galaxy deck and place all around the galaxy. Flip the cards when they're explored. Yeah, you'll have to watch the recording. I don't know if this is interesting though, honestly. I mean, maybe it is. Nope. It's hard to judge when there's not that many people watching. So what I'm saying, Game G1, is that it's not. It doesn't work. That card just doesn't work. How do you place a planet? You have to place it from a place in the galaxy into another. So it doesn't work flavorfully. You can maybe do it so that Void turns into a basic planet of your choice, something like that. And XXXXX, it means that why XXXXX? What is X? X is usually equal to something. So if it costs 5, let's say, you pay 5, you put it somewhere in the galaxy, and you wait 3 turns, and you get a planet. That's interesting. That's interesting. Really, that's an interesting card. I wouldn't have thought of it right off the bat. But the thing is, I think the execution is quite difficult to meant Z. Okay, yeah. So Z is the symbol for colorless. I really should. I don't know. I don't like the Z's. Maybe I should just put numbers like blue and 3. I'll keep Z's for this version. 5. It just seems so much work. The thing is, you can make look. You can build a small ship, put a small creature in it, and move it around and gain control of a planet that's already there. Although, you know, it is an interesting concept that you can build a planet from scratch, and it's very fantasy-esque. It's more in the realm of fantasy than science fiction. I don't know how to make it. So it can be a building, right? I guess it's a building in space, so make it a rare structure. I can try, you know what, I can try. I don't know if it's the right thing though. First of all, let's try. I don't know, I don't like this card. It just, ugh. Do you like this card, Selmek? A thing that creates a planet from scratch and you control it then. Plus, it's not any planet, it's a planet of your choice. So I guess it can be interesting. The thing is, what deck would use such a thing? A deck that stalls, I guess. But I don't know, I just don't see it working. Maybe if it costs less. I just don't see it. The idea is interesting, but the thing I'm focusing on in this set is things that are more or less that you've seen in pop culture, in fantasy, and in science fiction before. And your thing is very unique and interesting, but unfamiliar, I'd say. Why would people use VODs? What? Might be a bit overpowered. I don't know. No, it doesn't seem overpowered. It just seems clunky and slow and not really useful. I don't think it's overpowered. I think it's underpowered, maybe. Why would people use VIODs? What's VIODs? You mean violet? Okay, I've been talking for a long time and not making cards. Let's make some more cards. So, again, let's go here because I think I had a pretty decent amount of good, interesting cards here. Rares, especially, like Detonate. Destroy a planet you control and all objects on it. This is cool. This is really cool. So you destroy a planet you control. What's voids? You write voids. Oh, okay, I get it. The reason you use voids is if your strategy is direct and you don't. Okay, yeah, it's a bit hard to judge. I get it. Well, you can watch the other videos of. Let's make a trading card game. I explain pretty much how the game works, and especially in episode 4, I kind of explain the entire rules, which is hard to explain in one go, but I tried my best. I like this card anyway. Detonate. You explode a planet. Okay, let's go here. And it's violet. Definitely violet. Action. Rare action. Detonate! Becomes a void. Destroy all objects on it. Did I explain why you might use voids? It's basically if you're using the direct strategy and you don't care about expanding and exploring the galaxy, and that's why you use voids, so that you don't care that there are other planets, but your opponent might care that there are planets. So you basically put voids in the galaxy to mess up your opponent's strategy, essentially. If you can destroy a planet, why not build one? Sure. You know what? Fine. Let's make your card. Okay. I don't know. Let's call it Planet Builder for now. Make it a structure. Building. You convinced me. You know what? That's right. If I can destroy a planet, then why can't I build it in one? And so 3 turns. Is that enough? Card name comes into play with 3, let's call them time counters. At the beginning, remove a time counter from card name. And we've got already 2 sentences. When you remove, when the last time counter is removed, comma, sacrifice card name. Oh, also, okay. When the last time counter is removed, or sacrifice card name. No, wait. Another. The void space becomes a planet of your choice. You control that planet. Wait. Destroy card name afterwards. Now look at what you've made me write. This is, okay, this is the space for the rules text. Let's expand it a little bit. Most cards, look, they have just a few, maybe 1 or 2 sentences here. And oh, look, these are the longest sentences so far. Look at this. This is off the charts. How complex is this card? Look at this. It goes on and on and on. And I can't seem to find out. I can't even fit on one screen. So my point is that this card is too complex for a base set. That's my position. If we want to make a card that builds a planet, it has to be easier. It has to be done in some easier way, with less space, less text. Who would read so much text? Plus, okay, so you said it would cost 5. So you pay 5. You need a void space already. What were your stats? Okay, 3 health. So not that sturdy. You pay 5 resource and you wait 3 turns. And then you gain a planet. Meanwhile, there's a card in yellow, for example, that says, what is it? Establish trade route. Choose a neutral planet and a planet you control. As long as the neutral planet isn't conquered, at the beginning of your turn. No, wait, that's not the right thing. There's a green card that just says gain control of a neutral planet, I think. Where is it? Gain control of a planet that is in nobody's control. So basically, as long as there's a planet on the galaxy, and no one has conquered it yet, you can gain it for 3 resources. And I think it's fair. It's not overpowered, this, because it doesn't further your. I mean, it does further your strategy if your goal is to get to 10 planets. But if you get to 10 planets, so you gain 3 resource for 1 planet, and that's fine, I think. Oh, maybe it's too powerful, actually. Yeah, I think it's actually too powerful. Now that I added the second clause, I get like 3 green. That is fine. Even 5 is fine, I think. Okay, you got me there. But still, I think that this card is way too complex. And maybe if we find a way to make it simpler, then we can make it, you know, create a card that builds a planet. Anyway, back to reappropriating older rares into this newer set. Okay, factory, Man of War. So a huge ship that needs a big crew inside of it to operate. And I think that this can be a red card. So red doesn't have that many creatures, but the thing that red does is attack with ships. And the creatures that red has, they are usually military personnel. So I think this card could be red. That's what I'm trying to say. If not red, then maybe yellow. Oh, actually, yeah, make it yellow and call it maybe not a Man of War, but something else. Just ship. Call it like let's call it a Man of War. Who cares? The Man of War is the biggest ship, I think, of the 17th century or 18th century. I plan to watch them all after my exams. Oh, you're under exams too. I still haven't finished all of my exams. I have one left. So, card name needs 3 creatures inside of it to attack, defend, and move. And it can be like 2 speed and have like 10 power and 10 health. And so for such a huge ship, you would normally pay like 6 resource, but since it needs 3 creatures to operate, you can maybe get away with 4. Like yellow, 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 yellow. No. Yellow, 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 and 1. Z. That still doesn't feel as big as I'd like. Maybe make it even huger, bigger. And let's give him a positive ability as well. So, card name can attack no, wait. When he attacks, it deals damage to all. Okay, woo! Let's do this. When card name attacks, comma, it deals damage equal to its power to all objects on the space it's attacking. Now this is a extremely powerful thing. Maybe, okay, this thing doesn't really make sense. Wait. So, okay, the idea is that it's a huge ship and it has so many cannons that it just fires at everything. So we can make it smaller, I think. 10-10 is good enough. If it has that huge. Okay, make it like 5 or 6, even 7. So when it attacks, it deals damage to equals to okay. So it essentially wipes the board every time it attacks. It just volleys things. Game G1. I did do your card. Oh wait, I criticized your card, and you didn't. You weren't there for my criticism. I'll repeat it, just for you. So what I made your card, and then I started to show. Look, this is the text, that explains what the card does, and you can see here most cards have like 1 or 2 lines of text. Albeit most of them are common, but still there are cards that have a full line of text. And now we go to your card, and it goes on and on and on, and it can on. It can't fit on a page. On. You get the idea. It's just too complex, in my opinion. And the effect is cool, but if you find a way to make it easier to, if you find an easier way to execute it, then maybe it can be done. It's just that I think this card is too difficult for a base set, the way it's designed right now. It just needs a lot fewer words in it. If you want a way to build a planet in a faster way or an easier to describe way, that's what I said. So I'll keep it in for now, but maybe it will change. Okay. Wow, I'm making cards really slowly now. Let's go faster. Okay, Friendship Orbiting Telescope. Zeppelin. Nice. This is a cool thing. Okay. A card that gets you any card from your deck, and maybe any structure. So like, okay, yellow has this action, let's say, a rare action, that how should it be called? Okay. First of all, let's start with the effect. Look at search. Okay, search your arsenal for a structure card and put it on top of your arsenal. Not directly into your hand, because that would be, I think, a bit too powerful. And the flavor, I think, is that you prepare for the future. You know what? I don't think that's a yellow thing. Maybe it's a blue thing. Oh, you have a new version. Planet Builder. ZZZZ. Place on void. 8x. Where x is the amount of planets you control. Build a basic planet. 8x. 8 minus x. Oh, 8. So 8 generic resources minus x, where x is the amount of planets you control. Build a basic planet. So you can make it cost 0. It doesn't work like that. It's if your card is a structure, it has to say like when you play card name, build a basic planet is not a phrase that means anything in the game. You have to say like the void. How did I put it? Okay, the way this card reads right now is card name comes into play only on a void space. Card name comes into play with 3 time counters on it. At the beginning of your turn, remove a time counter from card name. When the last time counter is removed, the void space card name is on, I should actually put here, becomes a planet of your choice. You control that planet. destroy card name afterwards. So all of that text has to be in place in order for the card to work. You can't just wing it and invent definitions. That's what Yu-Gi-Oh does. They have weird translations of cards that can be interpreted different ways, and you don't really know what a card does unless you read the official rulings, the oracle rulings, and that's a thing I want to avoid. I want for you to understand when you read a card how it functions always, and how it functions with all of the other cards. So enough with this card. I'm wasting a lot of time on one card. I need to finish the whole set. Sorry that I got heated up there, but I can't waste a lot of time with one card, even if it does a cool thing. Discard your hand, your opposite turn. No, this is way too powerful. Okay, so, well, you know what? Let's make it a violet card. Black mark deal. Let's go to the yellow. Where is it? Action. Oh, okay, let's make another space for another action. And here we go. Search your arsenal for a structure card and put it on top of your arsenal. Nice and simple, even for a rare card. And how much should this thing cost? So essentially, you don't even draw a card, although you get exactly what you want the next turn. So I'm thinking either 3 or 4. And 3, I think, is probably the right amount. Especially since you don't get to draw the card. Fine. Nice. Let's continue. Range 2, shields 2, that's not really interesting. Extort. Transaction, la la la. Green, let's see what green has to offer in terms of rares. Ooh, count all green resources you have on your planets. Look in your arsenal for a creature with cost equal or less, put it in play. Ooh, no. Summon an elemental, enter spell on any planet. No. Let's make for great, interesting cards and gameplay. If you have more creatures on a planet than your opponent controls, except for your own planet, game control is on. The thing is that most of these cards were made to fill in the whole set so that I could test it, and they didn't need to be incredibly flavorful, especially the rares. They just had to be huge, big things. But some cards I really liked. Look, this card is called Friendship, and it's a ship. When creatures inside Friendship board another ship, if their combined health is higher than their opponent's, you can control those creatures. Ooh, this is interesting. So essentially, it's a non-violent way of gaining control of creatures. And I think this is a green thing, yeah. Or yellow. Let's make it green, I think, yeah. Or yellow, I'm not sure, maybe yellow. Oh, we've got some more people watching the stream. Steezinix. Welcome to the stream, Steezinix. Do you know what any of this is? Do you know what I'm doing? What Multiverse, the trading card game, is? Maybe I can explain to you what it is and direct you to the Let's Make a Trading Card Game series. So let's go and make a green card. Green, rare, structure. Let's call it Friendship, just for the pun. Of course, all of these names are not final. It's just a way to refer to the cards. And let's see if it reads fine. When creatures inside Friendship board another ship, if their combined health is higher than that of your opponent's creature. Okay. Then the combined health. Of the creatures on that ship, you gain control of those creatures. So they become friends. And I don't know, that actually seems more like a yellow thing because it does. No, yellow and green, both. Yellow does more, deals more with diplomacy. And Stezenix says, yes, I've watched all of your trading card game vids and streams. All of them? I don't think all of them. Maybe on YouTube you have, but not on, not here on Twitch. I don't remember at least seeing your name here. Well, welcome back, man. And also, if you have any questions, like Game G1 and Telmec and Seasonix, if you have any questions relating to anything, or just you want to chat, I'm willing to chat. That's a thing I can do. Let me drink a little bit of coffee. Close. Yeah, close enough. Nice. It's nice to have dedicated fans. So you're into trading card games, I'm assuming. Okay, how big should this ship be? It is a 177. I don't think it should be that big. The point of this ship is to maybe a 3/5, 1. It costs green, 2. Green, and like ZZ. So its base stats are terrible for its cost. For 4, you should get a 6/6. You get a 3/5, but it has this huge ability that usually doesn't really help you much, but sometimes if you build the right deck, you can win just with this card. Okay, nice. So I'm basically creating build around me cards. So this works well with a deck with a lot of creatures, pardon me, and the boarding strategy, essentially. Let's see, what's this? Plants you play on this point? No. Rainbow Lotus. When you play the Rainbow Lotus, add 1 resource of any color. Oh, no. Not interesting. No, not interesting. Let's look at other cards, other colors. I'm sure there should be. Oh, Admiral of the Fleet. That sounds cool. All ships you control get +1 speed, +1 health. Sure, that sounds like a rare thing. And red has officers, so I guess a rare red creature could be the Emperor of the Fleet. Not the Emperor, the Admiral of the Fleet. So rare. Oh wait, we've got a captain at rare. When the one card name is in a ship, it gets 1 speed. Wait a second. So if I put this in here, the captain will seem like a teeny tiny officer compared to this one. So maybe make the captain uncommon and have 2 uncommon officers. Friendship might be orange. The thing is that the orange prefers to battle more than make friends. They board ships, but they beat the crap out of other players, out of the creatures inside of those ships, and take them over and like, yeah, do all of that. So I don't think orange works. I'm not sure between yellow and green, because yellow has a lot of creatures and they have this diplomacy aspect that they don't usually like to um, engage in battles unless they know that they are going to win. And green, I think, has more of a is more peaceful color. So I think green can do something like that, and just build as many and they have the swarm strategy, so it works better in green than in yellow. So I think, yeah, I did it right when I thought it went into green. And let's put the captain back into his place. Here at uncommon. Unfortunately, captain, you are not good enough. Maybe I can put the cannoneer into another color, into like blue. Where is blue, 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 blue? Nice, uncommon. Yes, nice. One cannoneer, okay. Get rid of the cannoneer here in red. Because range is more of a blue mechanic anyway, and I don't want too many creatures that do similar things. So captain will give speed, and speed is a more red ability, and he costs like RZ Z, like, yeah, 2/2. Wait a second, I see Game G1 has written something else. Let's see. Okay, let's get rid of the captain right now, and give the admiral of the fleet also a 2/2 body. This one is a 1/1. This can be a 2/1. This costs 1. This can cost 2. This can cost 3. RG, right? 2, 3. This is very powerful, actually. Maybe it can cost 4. And call it Admiral of the Fleet. Human Admiral. The subtypes are usually not that important unless they are referenced. So, planet Numer. Red, red, red. Red. Z. Destroy a planet. Gain 0 plus 2 plus 2. Move 1, 3, 3. What has to be on the planet? Eat it. It's a creature, right? Or what is it? What are you trying to tell me, Game G1? Planet Nomer has to be on that planet to eat it. Move 2. So it's sort of like a Galactus type character that eats creatures. It's a ship. Wait, so it's a ship that is small enough to be a 1/3/3, and when it destroys a planet, it gains a bonus. It doesn't look like a ship if it eats planets. It may be a huge monster that's like a huge, gigantic, like beast that eats planets. What color is that? Oh, I think it's probably green because they have the biggest creatures, but not that big. Definitely has to cost more than 8, more like 11. And it eats ship. Again, you've got cool ideas, but it just doesn't make sense in game, I think. What do you think? Telmek and Steezenix, please help me out here. Game G1 has cool ideas, but they're really, really hard to execute. And like creating planets and destroying planets. Okay, let's go and see what else I have here in blue. Okay. Okay, so this is an easier rare card. It's an interesting ability. It's easy enough to understand, and it's weird. You can do all weird things with it. You don't switch places of 2 adjacent galaxy cards and all cards attached to them. So I don't know what this can be used for. I have an idea. You can only have 3 copies of a card if it's a common, 2 if it's uncommon, and 1 if it's a rare. No. Again, you're adding difficulty to the game. You're adding words that. Why are you adding more rules than it's needed? Just say that you can only have 3 copies of any card, and you don't have to think about, oh, is it rare, is it uncommon, it's my job to, the designer's job to balance out all the cards so that you can have 3 copies of any of commons and uncommons and rares, and not just. If it becomes a problem, then I can add, if there are some cards that are just too powerful, I can say, okay, you can only have 1 of those cards in tournaments in your deck, limit them. But I don't see what's to gain in making more rules than necessary. Okay, what am I doing? A blue card. Okay, blue rare. Orange, blue. A rare action. Let's make another action blue. Switch places of 2 adjacent galaxy cards and all cards on them. I don't know if this sounds good or not. And let's call it space melt or bend. Bend space time, something like that. And this is a simple ability. It doesn't have to cost like 8 or 10. I don't want that many cards that cost 8 or that much. Maybe it can be like blue. A very blue card. Okay. Tank ship. Okay, this again, simple stuff. Oh wait, there's a nice interesting action. Return a ship and all cards attached to it to its owner's hand. Return to the dock. This is a removal spell, a removal card, and tempo card. No, maybe this is a little too powerful. Let's not think about it. Okay, dismantle. What is this? Sacrifice a structure on a planet you control. A generic range 1. This is an interesting idea. This is a card that's really cool. Like, okay, let's make a blue ship, uncommon. When card name deals damage to an object, that object cannot move that next turn. So essentially, you are slowing down your opponent by making it, let's call it something like paralyzing ship for now, because that's what it does. And having range 1 really works well on this card. Although maybe it makes it too powerful, but then I don't know. Make it a 1/1/1 and make it cost 3. So really overcosted, but since it does this, that's basically what it does. It paralyzes ships and doesn't let them move. Robot chicken red. If damaged, gain 5. 1/0/1/3. When you gains 5 health, right? Why not? Instead of eating the planet, take the resource from an opponent's planet. for 1 or 2 turns. +5 power. Robot chicken. It's funny. What's the flavor of the robot chicken? So it gets damaged and what? It becomes mad and gets power. Is that a permanent boost? So yeah, okay, if it's a permanent boost, then no one would ever attack the chicken. Maybe if you attack with the chicken and it's dealt damage, you know, after a battle, then it becomes stronger. Yeah, I get that. So it's more of a rage thing. I don't know why does a robot chicken gain power after it's dealt damage? I don't get it. Instead of eating the planet, take the resources from an opponent's planet for 1 or 2 turns. You know what? Getting resources from an opponent's planet is not something I've experimented with in this game. Now this, I'm thinking, can be either a purple ability, like extracting resource from your opponent's planet, or yellow. I think purple, you know, violet more than anything else. What are you saying? It's like a Legend of Zelda chicken. What? Oh, I get it. Yeah, you beat the chicken and then if you beat it enough times, like in Link to the Past, the Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. You beat a chicken and then all of the chickens start attacking you. I get it. It's a reference. I don't know. It'll be fine. I'm really sleepy now. I'll make another card. This one that sort of sucks up resource from an opponent's planet. And what can it be though? Can it be a structure or an action? Kind of, it doesn't make much sense as an action because planets are so far apart. Maybe it can be a ship that steals resource from another planet. So like it says you can cargo, like cargo 5, and you can put resource from a planet you don't control onto this ship, and that's goes into the thieving part that Violet does. Violet's color pie. So let's make an uncommon structure ship, and let's make it a like a thieves vessel, and say cargo. Not much, maybe cargo 2 or 3. Let me make it cargo 3. You can put resource from a planet your opponent control. You can put resource into card name from a planet your opponent controls. Okay, nice. So it has to be a little faster and pretty not that strong, like a 3/1, and it costs like 4 maybe or 3. A giant octopus. What? What are you saying? A giant, like a kraken in space? Okay, anyway. I'm really tired. I don't think I can make any more cards today. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to make enough cards, not even close. I made a lot. but I didn't come close to finishing the base set, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Either way, I think tomorrow I'll have the next Let's Make a Trading Card game ready, and you can see me then. If any of you guys have not seen Let's Make a Trading Card Game, the series, watch it. It's on YouTube, on my channel, and thanks for being here. It's nice making cards with people. It's been a pleasure. Even though I don't agree with everything you suggest, Game G1, you had some interesting ideas that I admittedly stole from you. Make a video to ask your subs to make cards for you. See, I'm not that confident that they'll do exactly the best job. Sure, they can come up with cards, but then I'm pretty sure that like 90% of those cards I won't use. But still, if you want to come up with new cards, you can always message me on Facebook or on YouTube, and I'll consider them at least, and then credit you if the card makes it through the entire process. And that's it for today. I'll get ready for tomorrow's episode. Thanks for coming here, and thanks for everything. I'll see you guys tomorrow. That's it. Until then, keep it up.